everyone, I'm Ryers, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. Let's keep going. Alright, let's head over to Fort Isolde and continue with the story. Let's see what's going on over here.
Have mercy! Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
No, enough for
Fuck off! Hang it, chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stalls! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
Doesn't seem like that's
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Well, we'll find out. Black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. Now we know why the refugees didn't come here.
Keep looking then.
This gate's unblocked. The Lazarus District.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
I don't see any people. It's a good sign. Jump over the railing. The local map isn't very big.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Yep, looks like we're not getting out of this one quietly.
Or not.
To me, flames! Farewell!
Hey, we leveled up from that. Alright.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Hey, wait.
Perhaps it's time you joined him.
Is that Wade? It looks like Wade.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
That's gotta be Wade.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
How did you survive? And is Tyler still alive?
It really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
Yes. Sorry about killing your men back there. Oh, they're fine. Okay, good. We'll learn what's going on in this area since we've been gone.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
Agreed.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched. The Black Shields won't.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
Yeah, I thought we killed them too, to be honest. Yeah, it's good that we didn't. Got a vendor here.
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age. He had that same look in his eyes.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Increase a limit break charge from up by 3% when dealing damage. It's not much. 26,000 is not much. That's new though. It's a new material. It's cheap. I'll buy some potions, I guess.
Will that be all?
Buy 2 high potions.
As you wish, my lord.
Alright, and valuables. Alright.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Alright, Wade, what's the plan?
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
I really thought that Wade was going to be dead.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Alright, black or white? Party members. Oh, interesting. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's situation or destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Okay. So we got a temporary party member. So, yeah, we got some new info on Wade here. Who was thought to have died during the attack on Phoenix Gate. He's somehow survived. Yeah. The Guardians of the Flame, the rebellion against our mother. The Lazarus District is the home of the Guardians, yeah. Black Shields. And nothing really new there that we didn't already know.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Alright.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Hang on, Ambrosia.
Come on.
Popped out of the wall there. Hello.
He
safe?
A lot of people on the road here.
Look at me sideways. How was the Black Shields?
Come along now.
The bastards are looking at you.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields?
Yes.
Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
Works. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
You're finished!
I got the
A
Dragoon.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Miss, really? I can't dodge out of that attack, unfortunately. You know what? Time is off on that.
Let's try.
So wait!
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Need to parry it. Imperial Link, alright.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again.
We need to cut the head off at the source.
I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians.
Okay.
And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows.
Okay, so he's
where he would
doing
be
this
of
in
no use to
secret.
anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Alright, the burnt blade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
So Tyler is gone then.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
At least the
If
weight
there is
is
ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Can I? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna try to check if Lord Byron was one of the things, but I think I just missed it. I'll find out more about him eventually anyway, so. Rustfield Manor.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Feel the footsteps in the
Right, I
controller.
guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
You're doing like a stage playback when he was a
Thou
kid.
vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddu in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Yeah, I'm curious.
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
He's definitely very invigorated by us coming back. It's good to see. I do kind of like that things in this game take time, though. Like,
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
it should take a matter of weeks to get ready.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
All micro details they get in their expressions is just amazing. It really sells the emotion that they're feeling. You could see Jill was troubled and sad, wishing she wasn't something she is. Clive was determined. Anyway, back to the hideaway. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Alright, we got a new side quest here, it seems.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Alright. I'm not sure what that could be.
Maeve over there's the best thing to happen to Hideaway since, well, ever. she's got a smile like sunshine, and she can pull an ale like no other.
What can I get you, Sid?
It's a lot of money. I'm
Don't be a
good.
stranger, Sid.
Got a plus quest over here. Okay. So we got something new here in the Redstone. Just a new stage replay of. No, it's not. Maybe a new enemy in the training hall. Either way. It's down there. Okay. Let me see if I can get information about Byron Rustfield. The younger brother of late Archduke Elwyn and Warden of Port Isolde. Okay, so he's not really a lord anymore. He was just... He's basically just a rich guy that is pretending to be loyal. Okay.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Every day.
Same way they
Not
never
enough
heard about
swords
us,
to
I
see to
expect.
them. Ah, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
What's new in here?
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Hello, talk. Choose the renown of City Outlaw, that much of my clientele would rather spend their time propelling on about your endeavors to make my endeavors of their own. Alright, so first we got a Berserker ring.
You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Let's see what that does. Here. Temporal increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. Okay. good. Alright, August. Oh, what do you have?
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
What's going on, Blackthorn? What's got you down?
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was.
Sounds like we need to get it and bring it to you then.
You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right, we're going.
Finally found a thing to learn from.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Alright, Karen.
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
So that Chris.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Cairnorvin, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So,
Griffin Cairnorvin.
sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
I'm gonna talk to Vivian yet. I want to do this first.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear
Alright, Nectar.
Guardians of the...
Did I hear you were hoping to hunt down a griffin, Kupo? And I do have the billet for you, Kupo. Especially horrible one. The logo's called Dosmare. Or Dosmare? I'm not sure. An elder griffin. Cairnorvin Westgate. There's also this one here. Health for Gore. In Rosaria. Okay. How do I take these? I guess I just... I don't take it, I go there, right? Cairnorvin Westgate. Be here? No. Yeah, here.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, Gal.
There it is. Let's see how tough this is going to be.
Leatherwork will have to wait.
Vogel, look sharp.
Okay. was weird.
Good work.
Nice. That wasn't too bad. Pretty fun. Got us a good amount of renown, too. Scarlet Plate. Okay. Will we find the mysterious hunter?
Is something there, boy?
Is he injured?
Could that be our man?
He doesn't look like too much of a fighter.
After it.
One second, let me pick this item up over here. 2 gil. Awesome.
You alright?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
A lowly
Not so
leather
lowly
worker,
from
yes.
what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Your work's actually really good.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but...
But what?
Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
I was expecting more of him, to be honest, but...
Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Treated leather. Alright, well, let's head back to the hideout then.
That monster's taken quite a liking to...
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer.
Bloody busybodies, the both of you.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
Sample of supple hide, just to the artisan Camille's exacting standards. Has nary a trace of the barnyard musk of lesser leathers, and says smelling faintly of rose hips. Okay.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret.
Do we know anything about Tabor? No.
Details of which are the subject of some debate in the leatherworking community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea.
If you weren't having
Clive's
trouble,
idea.
he would
Anyway,
be dead by
he did
now,
most of the
so...
work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough nattering. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Drake Slayer gear design draft. Okay. Drake Slayer gear. A belt and van braces fit for a hero. Let's take a look at that. You can obtain the design draft for Drake Slayer gear. Design drafts unlock new crafting options at the Black Hammer. Okay.
Back, are ya? Not saying Fordian, do you?
Drake Slayer's belt. We need a electrode from that. Looks like it's a hunt material. A lot better than the one I have now. It's also a hunt material. Okay. Currently can't really do much with what I have right now, so...
That it? Fine.
I do want to look at the hunt board to see... That other one... Belphegor, I forgot where it was. It was in Rosaria, right? Yeah, I think so.
Typical nobles.
What part of Rosaria?
But we never hear about these guardians of...
The Broken Hilt. Okay. Do we have access to that area? Don't know if we do. So I might have to come back there later for that. But for now, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.